What's up, guys? I'm just here at Lake George chilling with my family. I have the camera turned the other way toward the fire because you wouldn't be able to see me anyway, but I wanted to just do a quick video because there is a D.U.M.B, deep underground military base right here. Well, technically it's in Queensbury, which is like a town over from Lake George. It's kind of like more of a populated area where they have like more stores and Walmart and all, but deep underneath the ground, as you know, with these D.U.M.Bs, these underground bases, Queensbury is one of the big bases. And they, of course, have suppressed technology, alien experiments on humans, experiments on children, and they do the most unspeakable things to children in these D.U.M.Bs, these deep underground bases. And it's a little rough for me because, I'm having this like beautiful vacation in a cabin with my family, and Lake George is absolutely beautiful. But I cannot help but sit here and think about that base, knowing it's probably right underneath my feet right now as I'm speaking. And again, it always goes back to, again, I know that there's probably aliens living, extraterrestrials, interdimensionals, whatever, technology, all kinds of stuff going on at these bases. But it always really goes back to the most important thing that goes on under these bases. And that is the unspeakable things they do to children. There was a video I watched not that long ago where a guy claimed that he was an actual Men in Black for the government. He said that most of them are extraterrestrials, but he in fact was a man in black and he was human. And you know how in the movie they had those like light things that they shine in your face? It's like a flash. And it would erase your memory. Well, this guy said that that is actually some technology that they had that was real, but it didn't erase your memory. It gave you a heart attack and made it look like you died of natural causes of a heart attack. So if you saw something they didn't want you to see, they would just shine that thing in your face, and whatever it did, it stopped your heart. And the guy said that there was this one woman that stuck out in particular. She was actually really young and beautiful, and he started to, I guess, get a conscience. And he started to not be able to want to do this anymore. And getting back to the kids, one of the things that he said was in where he would report in these report to his superior officers, this high-ranking military officials under these bases, he would have to go under and be in these bases at sometimes. And he said that the screams of the children still echo in his head. And so the reason that I wanted to talk about this is because I actually also just watched another video. Sean Atwood, I know you guys know Sean Atwood. He is a British guy, and he gets a lot into SRA abuse and interviews child satanic ritual abuse. And he had a gentleman on who, he was a Chinese guy, I believe. He was British also, and all he does is go around in England and in the UK and investigate SRA abuse. He is not a cop. He is not a private investigator. I'm not sure how he got involved in this, but I guess he's just trying to raise people's awareness. And what he said was, he said a lot actually. I can't go into the whole video here, but he said that it's so rampant in England, SRA abuse. He said it's just like a cancer there. There's so much of it. And it's like so vile and insidious. It's every area of government that you can think of. Judges, police enforcement, like just everywhere. And that's one of the reasons why it's so bad, he said, is because it goes all the way to the top. As you know, that's the same in the U.S. But he actually said it's actually pretty bad there. And also in the Nordic countries and even Denmark, Brussels, like he said it's just incredible the amount of SRA abuse that goes on in Denmark. And I was like, wow. And people would never in a million years ever think that any of this stuff is even real. So he said the first problem is that because all these law enforcement and government agencies are involved in SRA, directly involved in SRA abuse, they all cover for one another. So it's really, really bad there in England. And he said that he literally just missed a 14-year-old getting sacrificed. He walked in on the aftermath of it. And the building, the house actually, was an abandoned house that she was sacrificed in, was 50 yards from a police station. I'm sorry, 50 feet from a police station. And the parking lot was actually used, the parking lot of where the home was actually used for the police officers to park their car in. So that's how close they were. And so that's the first thing. They all cover for each other. And he said the second thing is, and why, good, well-intentioned police officers won't investigate SRA abuse in any country, is because they just don't want to believe it. People who are good, decent people do not want to believe that things like SRA abuse exist.
What are you saying?
They want to bury their head in the sand, and they want to just act like it doesn't exist because it's too much for them to handle. So what he actually said was that the next time you want to bury your head in the sand and say, oh, this is too much, oh, I don't believe that exists, because, again, they're in denial. I understand it's a really dark thing to imagine someone torturing a child, raping a child, and then killing them, drinking their blood, cannibalizing them, all in the name of Lucifer, Satan, whatever the fuck they do. It's very, very hard for anyone to imagine. So what they do is, it's in the refrigerator, Kyle. And they basically say, okay, well, this is too much, and they go back and bury their head in the sand. But what he said was, you should put yourself in the child's place, the child that has to be tortured the next time you want to bury your head in the sand. So I'm going to end this video here because my family members are coming back. So take care. Have a good night, guys. Thank you.